Okay, dear students, today we will talk about the mercantile system, how this system was introduced, what was the importance of this system, and why this system was introduced. As I told you earlier, we have started British history, and of course, British history is great significance for CSS and PMS examinations. Therefore, we have started this lecture and we have started right from the very start and continuing to the all important topics. Now we reached another important topic of in the British history, which is known as mercantile system. In uh, this system was introduced in 18th century when the European powers, many great powers that we will talk about in detail, they were in a kind of tug of war. They were in a kind of uh, war among themselves. What were the significance? What were the reason behind those wars? We will talk in detail all those uh, wars and the importance of the systems as well as what this system was. Uh, an introduction, if we see trade rivalries between European countries in 18th century. Mercantile system, this was basically a kind of trade rivalries between European powers, and the importance or the reason behind this system was to ruin or to destroy the trade of each other. And among all those important countries were Spain, France, Holland, Portugal, and UK. Yeah, I forgot the UK. They were in a kind of position where they would try to suppress or where they would try to defeat each other or trying to destroy the trade of each other. Thus, this system is known as mercantile system. What were the basic principles of this system? We will talk in detail all those important points which were in kind of running while this system was there. The first important principle was incentive to exports. All those great powers that we mentioned, like Spain, France, Holland, Portugal, UK, they were trying to maximize their exports, and they wanted to increase their exports. Therefore, they searched or they formed new colonies where gold and silver can be found in abundance. So the first principle was incentive to exports. The reason behind this system was incentive to exports mean to maximize or to agglomerate their export commodities as more as they can. So this was the first principle in mercantile system. The second principle was believe in destroying each other's trade. So they were trying to destroy the trade of each other because at that time, in the previous lecture that we have talked in detail, that a country whose naval power is strong, robust, so definitely her trade, her her exports were were in a great position or were of good position in the international market. So destruction in this sense, a country having robust economy, a country having robust naval navy, were in a position uh, to destroy the trade of other countries, because at that time there were no such exports channels like transportation through roads or by air or some other channels where commodities could be sent to other countries or even to colonies. So the first important, the second important principle of this system was destroying each other's trade. To develop their own trade, to develop their own trade, thus they would try to destroy the trade of other European power. And for this reason, many wars were part like that. Uh, we have had a detailed discussion on those wars, like War of Spanish Succession, Jenkins' Ear War, even War of American Independence, Austrian Succession. All these wars were part for only and sole reason, and that was trade. So the second important principle of this mercantile system uh, is believe in destroying each other's trade. The third important principle in the mercantile system is increase in trade centers. So to increase their trade centers, they envision or they develop this system. And this system was developed by the European powers, like these 4 5 powers. So increase in trade center was another factor behind introducing mercantile system. For this reason, they would try to search new colonies. This was the first important point in increasing trade colonies. They would search or they would go to any part of the world where they could settle their colonies and where they could maximize their export activities. And for this reason, Spain, Holland, Portugal, France, and England wanted to establish their colonies. So these 4 5 powers, they establish new colonies. And where those new colonies were established, and they established those new colonies in America, Africa, West Indies, India, and some other parts of Southeast Asia, even in some other parts of the northern African countries. Thus, establishing colonies was really important for maximizing exports or for searching new colonies. So, these three principles were followed in mercantile systems. And this mercantile system was the guiding principle of the 18th century wars. We have talked about all those wars of the 18th century that were fought between all those among all those great powers. So the picture behind the reason behind all those wars was the mercantile system. So in conclusion, we can say uh, like what we have talked in the introduction, then definitely we can slightly paraphrasing the aforementioned parts of the introduction and the conclusion. Like the mercantile system was introduced in the 18th century. It was a guiding principle for the 18th century wars, and the basic factor or the reason behind mercantile system was to destroy the trade of each others. And who were those each others? Definitely they were all those great powers of the European countries. So thank you so much for watching this video, and we have started this lecture, and we will continue it till finishing the both papers for the British history as well as for the CSS. So thank you so much for watching this.